Go back to the top.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So Egypt is a Greek word which means bondage or captivity, okay? So he says, I'm going to bring you into slavery, into bondage again with ships. Now, if you know anything about the sub-Saharan slave trade or the transatlantic slave trade, our forefathers came over here on ships, okay? So when we got off of those ships, what happened to us, according to the history books? They enslaved us. All right, well, listen as you walk away. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
It's going to happen just the way I said it's going to happen. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
You don't see your homeland, which is Jerusalem, no more. Read.
And there ye shall be sold.
When you get off of these ships, you're going to be sold.
Unto your enemy.
Your friends.
Your enemies.
You're going to be sold to your enemies for what?
For bondmen.
Slave men.
And bondwomen.
Slave women. So this Bible is a true book. So, read.
And no man shall buy you.
So no man is going to buy you. So now that you know that these things happen to us as a result of our disobedience, the Most High, we don't have a problem with man. We don't have a man problem. We don't have a white man problem. We don't have a Chinese man problem. Right. We got a God problem because we're breaking God's commandments.
That's right.
We are doing what they call sin.
Right.
And the Most High, He don't fight for us when we in sin.
Bring it out.
Now, you go to church? You go to church?
I used to come down here to Dallas.
Have you ever learned what sin was in church? What sin?
Well, what I really learned about sin is...
Okay. So we're going to get a biblical definition, because if you was talking to a 5-year-old and you gave him that definition...
Well, sin is more like thinking like, this person cut me off. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to cut this person off. Just basically thinking of a lot of bad things.
Thinking of bad things. Okay. So let's go into the Bible and see what the Most High said sin was, okay? Because he has a very clear and concise definition, okay? Read.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
What does transgression mean? Okay, so transgression means break the law. So if you're breaking God's laws, then you are in what we call sin. Now let's see what the danger of sin is. Romans 6:23. Okay, so sin is not a good thing. So when you break God's commandments and break God's laws, stuff like slavery happens to you. You understand? Yeah, stuff like, I'm gonna send the white man against you. He gonna shoot you in the street and get away with it, because all of this is of the Most High God. So you didn't know that's the God you serve. You didn't know that, did you?
I mean...
So bring it out.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 23. For the wages of sin is death.
You got a job, sis? Okay. You did. Okay. So when you when you have a job, you work for what's called wages, right? And those wages come in the form of a paycheck, right? So for your work, you get a payment, correct? For your work, you get a payment, Shay. So the Most High, he said, if you work for me, I'm gonna pay you. I got good stuff stored up for you if you work for me. Yeah. But if you work for Satan, if you work for sin, check this out. This is what you have. Read that again.
For the wages of sin is death.
The paycheck you get for sin is death. Okay? And that death may be long suffering. It may be long lasting. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. It's a lot better. So it's a good thing that you're doing right now, sis. One of the commandments, Hebrews 13. So it's a good thing what you're doing, sis. Okay, you know, but there are other things. There's levels to this. Okay, so one thing that the Most High respects is family. He hates promiscuity. He hates jumping from rod to rod, man to man, woman to woman. Okay, it's a judgment in that. Okay, and he brings it up. It's clear as day right here. Right.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
marriage is honorable in all.
Marriage is what?
Honorable in all.
So he says marriage is honorable in all. So he respects the sanctity of marriage, okay? Sanctity means cleansing. That's a cleansing thing, okay? He loves that thing.
Okay. He loves it. I'm married. But
Okay.
But I really feel like I should leave him because
So okay, let me understand this. You said that
I got married when I was 14.
you got married when you was 14. So the gentleman that you're speaking of, this the so-called Israelite,
No.
he's not. He's different than the guy that you're married to.
The guy who I was married to was my high school sweetheart.
He was your high school sweetheart. You're no longer with him. Okay. And that's pretty much dead, and you can't go back to that. That's dead. Okay. So you do have to do the right thing. You got to get your paperwork. Okay. Okay, sister. It's all kind of ways to go about getting. My stepson just did the same thing. His wife was in that same position but he went to an attorney, got paperwork drawn up, she got served, she didn't have to be there. She had a date to get to the court, she didn't get there in that time.
They're in the same city?
No, they're not in the same city. He in Austin and she in Houston. You see what I'm saying? So it can't happen. Okay? So, but marriage is honorable and all. Read the end of that.
But whoremongers,
playing the whore, it means you're sleeping with a man you're not married to. Read. Or sleeping with a woman you're not married to.
and adulterers, God will judge.
God will do what?
Judge.
So, get Amos. So, since we got certain commandments we have to keep, okay? And as we just showed you, Romans in the book of Romans 6:23, the wages of sin is death. He just showed you the opposite. Opposite of being married, where you're sleeping around, I'm gonna judge you, meaning I'm gonna kill you. Okay? Now that may not be a, you lay down with a man and you wake up and you get killed. No, it could be years before this thing happens, because he's giving you space to repent. That's what grace is, sis. Okay? Read Amos 3.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1.
Earlier you asked, how do you know who you are? Watch this.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
So this is who he's speaking to, and this is who he spoke his commandments to, and this is who's under judgment right here. Okay, read.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
So he's very specific in who he's dealing with. He didn't give his laws to everybody.
That's right.
What makes you special is he gave you his laws. Okay?
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquity.
So in short, sis, we're here to tell you today that we on punishment, but we finna give you the medicine how to get off of punishment. Okay? So we established you got to get married. You know, you need to set that up. Okay? You need to.
See, the thing about it being an old being a new person is stuff that like rising things that he's like he's more
Say that again.
we're not having sex.
Not having sex. Okay. So you're not having sex. That's a good thing. So I just showed you there are ways to get that divorce. Okay. So moving forward, your game plan should be, how do I now make this official with the Most High? It's laws surrounding that. Okay.
Right.
So you need to handle that. Get your paperwork in order.
Right.
Okay. Watch this, and this is biblical. Watch this.
The book of Tobit, chapter 7 and verse 14.
Bring it up.
And called Edna his wife, and took paper, and did write an instrument of covenants.
An instrument of what?
Of covenants.
So just like there's an instrument of divorce, there's an instrument of covenant. When you're going into a covenant with somebody, sisters, I'm glad you walked up. We're talking about marriage right now. We're talking about this. The Most High loves for his women and his children to be married. We speaking to today the blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, which comprise the children of Israel.
That's right.
You are not black. You're not Hispanic. You're not Native American. You are Israelites according to the Bible. That's who you are according to the flesh. Okay, read.
And called Ednas his wife, and took paper, and did write an instrument of covenants, and sealed it.
Okay, so sister, that's what the instrument of marriage is, and also the instrument of divorce. Contrary-wise, that's what it is as well. So, a few more things. Let's get modest apparel. Okay, watch this, sis, and sisters, watch this. This is how the Most High God loves y'all so much that he gave y'all a dress code of all the people on earth. Everybody wasn't given laws. Everybody wasn't given commandments, okay? But y'all was, okay? We are. Read.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Adorn means to beautify, okay? So you're more beautiful, the Most High says, when you dress up the way I tell you to dress up, right? Read.
With shamefacedness and sobriety.
Which means being humble and, you know, just having some humility, okay? You're not walking around bold like you're a man, okay? Read.
Not with broided hair or gold.
You're not putting, you know, these cosmetics above the laws of God. You understand? He's okay with you beautifying yourself, but if that's your sole purpose for living is to be vain, he hate that thing. Read.
Not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works.
So your works. He loves your works. He loves modest apparel, and he calls you more beautiful when you dress modestly.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.